I took. I think one focus might be, if you want to be sure of get them to be more focused on accuracy and doing things properly. After segment 2 is for them to throw the boomerang. This is probably the most fun part of the lesson because it's really hands-on. You want to make sure, of course, that they are safe. Maybe set some rules as to not to try to retrieve their boomerangs if they do get on top of some building or in some area where there's a significant danger. Okay, I think keep them safe from traffic. Do decide on what would be a possible place before you use this lesson, and really encourage them to have fun and experiment during that break. Okay, after segment 3, we start the first part of the theory, which is to introduce the variables and to sort of introduce the relationships between the variables. I think this segment would be really useful. For this segment, it would be really useful to take a look at what Walter Lewin has done. He has another Blossoms video on angular momentum, I think called the Ice Skater's Delight. The link is provided below. And you can really consider using that video in your class before this current video. Okay, in segment 3, another tip would be to, as you saw in my explanations, right, to link the actual physical boomerang with the theory that we are presenting. This will help them also link with their practical experience with what they have observed as they're throwing the boomerangs. If they use their boomerangs to sort of visualize what's happening, because it is a bit complicated in 3 dimensions. Okay, for segment 4, after segment 4, that question about what happens when you add the mass or the glue tag to the ends of the boomerang, that one you might try to lead them towards the answer, perhaps by asking them questions such as, what variables are unchanged, if the spin is the same, how is the moment of inertia affected, and you might also want to let them try it out after they've thought through their arguments and see whether their boomerangs actually behave that way. Okay, at the end of segment 5, actually you can end there. The lesson is pretty much done. However, there are some options you can consider if you have a bit more time or you want to take this further. One way would be to explain how the bicycle wheel setup works. What are the vectors involved to really draw it out on the board? Maybe get them to draw it out, get them to identify the angular momentum, the torque, and all that kind of thing. Right? Predict the direction of precession. What if the wheel spins the other way? All these kind of questions can be explored. Another way, right, which is when I mentioned the gyroscope just now, would be to show them a toy gyroscope. Or in fact, if you could even bring in a bicycle wheel yourself and show it to them. Although it's a little bit dangerous, right? So you would want to caution them on that before letting them experiment with it. Okay. Once again, thank you for considering this module. I hope you have lots of fun with it. I certainly did in producing this video. My email address is now shown on the screen. So just drop me a note if you have any further questions. Once again, thank you.